Today I'm going to show you 3 ways of using a watercolor pencil. The first way is you lay the color down on the paper. The more you push on the watercolor pencil, the more the pigment's going to come out, the darker it'll be when you go over it with water. So if you wanted it light, you wouldn't put that much watercolor. When I get to the heavier, it gets darker. That's one way of using watercolor pencils. Another way is in your sketchbook, you make yourself a palette. Put you some watercolor pencil down, take your wet brush into it, and then you can come over and paint with it. Go back, pick some up, go over and paint with it. The last way to use a watercolor pencil is to get the pigment directly on from the brush while it's wet from the lead. And all I do is make sure it's really wet. Grab some. This would be if you were using hard lines. So you can see the difference in the hard line here versus the wash here. Some people like to use the watercolors. They wet the paper first and then drag the watercolor through it. Depending on what technique you're looking for, you could do that. I don't normally use that technique. But those are your 3 basic ways of using a watercolor pencil.